Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. So, on a date that is both palindromic and includes a perfect number, that would be 28 in it, did you do the crossword?
I did.
And did you find it to be a perfect crossword?
I did.
Oh, good.
Is there such a thing as a perfect crossword?
Yes. Those are the ones that Sid Sivakumar writes.
Oh, really?
He writes perfect crosswords.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I just like him. I like his crosswords. And then BEQ sometimes does really good crosswords as well.
Oh.
Who's that? Brennan Quigley?
Oh, uh-huh.
Right? He does the impossible ones.
Oh, okay. So that's what makes them perfect?
That's
They're
what makes them...
They're very difficult and impossible. That makes
well,
them
there's such a fine line between impossible and totally unfair and just doable. Uh-huh. And sometimes they're just dancing on all of those lines.
Oh, really?
Did this crossword make you dance?
Sort of.
Did it make you sing?
It made me sing.
It made you
sure.
sing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, it had an interesting theme.
Mm-hmm.
It almost wasn't a theme, but it was there. But a much more subtle theme than we usually see, in that I guess there were sort of a couple themed clues, but for the most part, it was the visual circled squares that gave away the theme. And those circled squares formed an arc starting in the lower left square and then rising upward almost to the top in an arc and then coming down symmetrically on the other side to the lower right square. And if you solved the puzzle correctly, you found that it spelled out the name of a song. And that was Sunrise, Sunset.
Were you planning to sing that?
No.
Okay.
Did you want me to?
Yes. Yes, I did.
No, thank you.
Of course, then we'd be in trouble with all sorts of legal entities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And the sort of the revealer clue was 58 across, a musical featuring the song depicted by the puzzle's circled letters familiarly, and that was Fiddler.
Right.
Which is familiar for Fiddler on the Roof.
Right.
Which is one of my favorite musicals. So I enjoyed it from that perspective. But then we sort of had two other clues that kind of went along with this as well, and that was 13 down and 15 down that kind of flanked that arc. 13 down was first words of the day, perhaps, and 15 down was last words of the day, perhaps. And 13 down, the answer was a good morning. And 15 down, it was nighty-night.
Yes.
So sunrise, sunset, good morning, nighty-night, Fiddler on the Roof.
Not on the roof. The on the roof was missing. Yep. And that was my only objection to this. I'm like, where's the roof? And the fiddler was at the bottom because it was sort of the revealer, so typically that's where it appears. Uh-huh. But it should be like, fiddler should be on the roof.
That's right.
See, I think it would have been cool if he had like some black squares that formed a V or an upside down V, and then on top of that it wrote on the roof. Uh-huh. And this is by Peter A. Collins, who could have done it, I'm convinced.
Or he could have just had the roof underneath Fiddler. It would have fit. And then you would have Fiddler on the roof.
Oh, that would have been brilliant. Peter Collins, if you're listening, there's still time to revise your... No, I guess there isn't time. It's already published and solved.
Yep. But no, it was good. It was a good Wednesday puzzle. Kind of a bit more challenging than a lot of Wednesdays, but with a fun theme and a lot of fun clues too, I thought. I love 19 down, Sharp Dressed Man Band, ZZ Top.
Why are they called that?
ZZ Top?
No, why are they called Well Dressed?
What do you mean?
Well, because the clue was
Sharp-dressed
man band.
No, that was a song of theirs.
It's not that they're sharply dressed.
No, no.
Okay.
They look kind of scruffy.
Really?
They have big beards and, just dressed in just pretty casual clothing. But I did get to see them in concert once.
And did they do Sharp-Dressed Man?
They did Sharp-Dressed Man.
Is that like some famous song?
That's one of their biggest hits.
That they are now cursed after. That's one of the things you have to remember if you're a musician. If you write a great song, you better really like it. Because, I'm sure Elton John is like, oh, come on, Rocket Man, again?
The other one that I remember of theirs was called She's Got Legs.
Oh. Well, that's a good thing to have, I guess.
But, and she knows how to use them.
So she can walk.
Yes,
Excellent. Well, that's exciting news.
Well, one of their trademarks was they all played guitars. And they had them on like rotator things or something. And every so often in the little song, they'd all rotate their guitars. They go make a complete circle around, and then they start playing them again.
But they wouldn't be playing them with the neck pointing in the other direction.
No. It went all the way around so that the neck came back to where it was originally.
Okay, I think it would have been cool if they were like ambidextrous and they could play like, sort of like batters, right?
Mm-hmm. No, didn't happen. But
okay.
I did see them in concert. They were very loud. I do remember that as well.
Yes, well, that's why AirPods were invented. We had a reference to another great musician, 38 across, like many a Swiftie, Teenage.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, is that right that her fans are teenage?
I think her fans they span several generations, but it seems like, yes, teenagers are quite enamored with her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because,
I like her music. I'm not a teenager.
She started in what, 2000 and something? It had to be 2000 something.
She was like 18 when she started, 17 or 18 when she first started singing.
She's what now, 96 or something?
No, I think she's like mid-30s.
35?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, she's been at it a while.
You think they're all mad at Kelsey for stealing her heart, as it were?
I don't know.
I thought that there were a lot of sat-like words in here.
Sat-like words?
Yeah, sort of more sophisticated words than you might expect. Like 21 across was understanding, and that was ken.
Yes.
Which I like that. I like that word.
Ken. I know. I've never used that. How would you use that in a sentence?
It's... let's see. How would you use that in a sentence? No. That would be the Barbie movie. Like, I think I've heard the phrase, it's not in my ken.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm not entirely sure, though.
Interesting.
And then we had one across that was small foresail was a jib.
Yes. And I thought, I couldn't remember what it was called. So I thought, maybe it's a pip. So I put in pip. And then I got 3 down was proclivity, and that was bent. So I thought, well, maybe it's a pib.
That's a drink.
Yeah. But then 1 down was a genre for Count Basie or Charlie Parker. I thought, well, that's got to be jazz. So it turned out to be a jib.
So you're not a Paz singer?
No.
Or a listener? Okay.
No, Paz did not work.
Let's see. We had so bent. I thought was sort of sophisticated. We also had 22 down. Astuteness was acumen.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So we had ken and we had acumen.
Mm-hmm. And a bit of philosophy. 16 across, philosopher known for paradoxes. Zeno.
Right. Yes.
And then just on the other side of the puzzle, just almost parallel to it, 15 across, Pixar character who has trouble saying anemone, and that was Nemo.
Nemo and Zeno.
Zeno and Nemo.
They had to make a movie about them. Nemo keeps getting closer and closer to the reef, but never can quite make it. No. Something like that. 9 down was question while pointing. And I thought the answer had to Well, okay, so it says question while pointing.
Yes.
If I'm pointing at something, the word that's coming out of my mouth is there. But I guess maybe because it's a question. Here?
Yeah. Is it here? Is it here?
Why do you have to point? Because if you're here, you don't have to point at here.
But I mean, maybe you're looking at something with a bunch of drawers or doors or something. So you point, is it here, like behind this door, or here in this drawer?
I think you actually have to be at the place for here to apply. Right?
Well, you might be close, but you might not actually be at here. So you point to it. Is it here?
I think people should be less lazy and walk over to where here is. All right, this is getting a little surreal, or a little surhere. We had 25 across. I did not know this name. Sholem Blank, author of Children of Abraham. And Sholem says it's not Shalom, it's Sholem.
Yeah.
Ash, A-S-C-H.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Sholem
I am not.
Ash?
No.
I'm not, because I can't even pronounce it. Boy, I bet they have to spell their name every time. Yes, it's Ash, A-S. The S, there's a C in it, and no E at the end.
But there are lots of people like that have to always spell their name.
That is true.
As a former teacher of many students, I thought to myself often, you probably have to spell that name for everyone.
Yeah.
So
I always have to spell my name, Frankenstein. Frankenstein. You got a problem with that?
Did you get 48 across right away?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, because anthem that ends, we stand on guard for thee. So first of all, I had to stand up.
No.
And then I had to sing the anthem. And it starts off, O Canada, which I always thought would be spelled O-H.
No. That's like, oh, Canada?
That's the reaction of most people when they come and visit.
At least it's not A, Canada.
Yeah, no one in Canada actually says A. Okay, some people do, but not many.
Some people do. I've been to Canada.
I liked how we had 62 across, 41 downs, Top Hat co-star. And let's see, 41 down was Rogers, so Ginger Rogers, and 62 across was Astaire, as in Fred Astaire.
That's right.
And what Ginger Rogers said, what was it? It had to do exactly the same thing as Fred Astaire, except backwards and in high heels.
She was like the better dancer.
65 across, Troopers on a CB radio, Smokies.
That sort of was a blast from the past. They still call them Smokies.
I guess so. You know why they call them Smokies?
Because they wear Smokey Bear hats.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Yep. I don't know that they all do that, but some of them do, yes.
And many of them tell
Highway
you to
Patrol.
Many of them tell you to remember to, only you can prevent forest fires, and only I can prevent you from speeding. So could I please see your license and insurance?
One of my favorite clues also was, where was it here?
I bet it was 30 across. Was it 30 across?
30 across. What's that one?
Something to get the ball rolling. Putter.
Oh, that was good, but no.
Oh.
Oh, shoot, I just had it here, and now I can't find it.
Was it 63 across? It means little in Paris? Puh?
No.
Oh.
No, but that's cute.
Okay.
Oh, well, we might have to come back to that, because I can't find it now.
Well, it's a 15 by 15, and there's not a lot of black squares. So
Maybe if I actually look at the clues, I'll find it. It's a very short clue.
Was it 44 across? Your Alliance, G6?
No.
For that one, did you think NATO first?
No.
Oh, you didn't? You thought G6?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good of you. A short clue. Well, we had, let's see, 27 across, 27 down. The legal org was ABA. That was sort of short.
That was very short. Yeah.
How about one card left, 60 across, Uno?
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was good. Oh, here it is. 18 down, or 18 across. Decrease, and it was iron.
Yes, that was delightful.
Decrease, it was decrease.
Yes. Yep.
That was great.
That was quite nicely done.
I kept looking at 10. I knew it was like up there. I kept looking at 10 down, which is that's my cue, and that's I'm on.
Right.
And it crosses with iron, but yeah, I couldn't see iron there. So.
Let's see. We had. Let's see. What else here was novel and exciting? 46 down. Actresses Dunn and Ryan. Irene's.
Yep.
I guess I recognize the name Irene Dunn from somewhere. I don't know Irene Ryan.
Oh, yes, you do.
I do?
She was on a very famous show.
Star Trek?
No.
That's the only famous show. There are no other shows.
Way back when.
I Dream of Jeannie.
No.
Bewitched.
Nope. It was about a man named Jed.
The Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
The greatest show of all time apart from Star Trek, which was loosely based on the Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know if you know.
Yep. No, she played Granny.
Oh.
Although, I mean, she was a very accomplished actress, but that was kind of it almost seemed like a step down for her because she was, I think, quite well known on Broadway and in the movies. But yeah, she played Granny, and that was probably her most famous role.
Right. So it's sort of like Patrick Stewart.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Trained
Shakespearean actor who will be known forevermore for Star Trek.
Jean-Luc Picard.
That's right. He made that role. And he made it last for quite a while. We had 53 down. Mani Petty material was Emery.
That's right.
That was a little tricky.
The old Emery board.
And 59 down. Blank Tear. Area from 1861 to 1889, and that was Dak, as in, I presume, the Dakota Territory.
Yep.
And then they decided to split it up.
Yep.
They should have stuck. If they'd stuck together, they'd have a much larger state.
Yep.
Still with hardly any people in it.
Right. Then we'd only have 49, and they'd have to figure out how to put the stars on.
I bet they could figure it out. 34 across, I found that to be tricky. New Jersey City, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. But there was more to the clue, so I thought I'd just keep reading. With a bridge to Staten Island. And I thought Newark, because that's the only New Jersey city I know. Although that's, wait, where is Natick? Remember the Natick, the term for when you have two crossing clues and you don't recognize? I think Natick might be in New Jersey as well.
I don't know. But the answer was Bayonne.
Yes, thank you. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. Natick is in Massachusetts. Darn.
Yeah, Bayonne, New Jersey.
Yes, I certainly did. Did you know Bayonne, New Jersey?
I've heard of it, yes.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever been there, but yeah.
So, okay, I think that's it for this crossword by Peter A. Collins.
Nice job, Peter.
His 121st.
Well, he knows how to do it then.
Yes, indeed. He's got this mastered. His preferred crossword seems to be the Wednesday. So,
well, he does well with that.
Yes. All right. So, again, that is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Yep. Remember, we love feedback. crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. And feel free to tell your friends about us and do something to make this go viral.
Yes, good idea.
Yes. Or if not, we're easy.
Yeah. Make those phone calls now.
Yeah, that's right. Operators are standing by. Okay. That is okay. Now it really is it for today.
Okay.
And we will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.